research, do whatever you want with it, okay? Before I get into it, a part of this business is all about loving on people, and it's a people business. And there's a special lady here that's special to me, Kerry Ann, who just hit our pinnacle position in this business. And I wanted to just love on you for a second, Kerry Ann. So can you come down the front for me, please? She's an amazing woman, and her promotion has got nothing to do with me, all about her and her team, and just to see them shine is amazing. And that's one of the best gifts in this business, is actually seeing people grow, seeing from 18 months ago, the call with her, to now, her growth has been astronomical, and seeing that is kind of the most rewarding part of this business for us. You know, hearing the health stories, amazing. Hearing the lifestyle changes and growth changes, it's very rewarding. So, thank you for the introduction. My name is Bryan Marsh. I've been in this business for 2.5 years. This was my wife's idea to get involved in Juice Plus. It had nothing to do with me, okay? She's definitely the smarter one of the two of us. I didn't want to do network marketing. I thought it was a scam. And how we got to this place was that Fiona didn't want to go back. She wanted to go back to work with 4 small children under the age of 8. She just wanted to get out of the house. She had been a stay-at-home mum. Prior to that, she was a special needs primary school teacher. Prior to that, she worked for Emirates Airline and flying around the world, but I forced her to come home to have children. And we had a lot of children. 4 children is a fair few these days to have. And we've got twin boys. And she's from a single parent, single child relationship, and she's an introvert. So our house is pretty busy. So she was just looking for something to do. And to go back to work as a teacher, to do relief work, she would have to be getting phone calls at 6 or 6:30 in the morning to say you're working today. And if you know my wife, she's not a morning person, and she was really, really anxious about that. So that's how we got to reaching out to Adam and Kira. We had known them for 8 or 9 years. We used to train at their health and fitness studios. We knew of some of the struggles they were having in traditional business. I'm in traditional business. I understand the struggles in those businesses, but we saw a lifestyle that they had created on Juice Plus. They live their life through social media. We reached out to them because they created curiosity, and we wanted to know more. Well, Fiona did. On the way to their house, this was Fiona's idea. She wanted to do it. I was just there for support. And Adam asked us a couple of questions. One of those things is what you're hoping it could be for us. And it's a really important question because it gets us thinking about desire, gets us thinking about vision of where we want to go. And at the time, the pain in Fiona's life was that she didn't want to go back to do her traditional job. So she wanted to avoid that pain. She wanted to get out of the house. She kind of wanted to find her identity again. And it was $1,000 a week. But Adam knew that wouldn't excite me because we were making decent money in our traditional businesses, and our goal, we were doing $25, $30 a month in the traditional businesses. So he said, well, what if it could be more? And then it got me thinking about what this could be for us. So it expanded my vision about the Juice Plus business, all right? And I said to him, well, 2 to 3 years, if it's doing $20,000 to $30,000 a month, we'd be pretty happy. And he said, cool, it's possible, but depends on what you want to do. Depends on how much work you want to do. But it got us thinking. We did it pretty quick in this business. Like, we hit 100 club which is $20,000 a month within 13, 12 months. So we did it really quickly in the business. But it was only because at that point we made a decision to do this business and a decision to be successful. The other cool thing about that meeting was that Jeff Roberti called Adam while we were in his house just to talk about a training session that Adam was going to jump on, but it was right there when we were there. So Jeff and Cheryl Cortese spent an hour with Fiona and I in that meeting at their house, knew nothing about us, gave up an hour of their time just to talk to us about how it's changed their life. And at that point we said, okay, we're going to do this, and I want to meet Jeff. And I want to spend time with them. but it was a decision that I made to be successful in this business. Because this business is 90% here. It is all here. The how-to, what we're going to talk about now, there's so many different ways to do this business. Okay? Yes, we need to be teachable. Yes, we need to fall in line. And yes, we need to follow the system. But it's the mindset we need right first. We need to decide that we are going to be successful, that we are going to walk the stage. That's the cool thing about coming to conference, right? It's an investment in yourself to build your belief that you can do it. When you see Carrie Ann walk the stage, I'm sorry if there's other NMDs here, when you see the other NMDs walk the stage, you look at them and say, you know what? If she can do it, I can do it. You make a decision to be successful. You make a decision right there and then. If they can do it, I can do it. And that's what happened to me 2 years ago when we were at St. Louis. I saw these people walk the stage as NMDs, and they're sharing their story, and I'm thinking to myself, if they can do it, I can do it. So we did it. We got to work and we did it. But it came back to desire. It came back to wanting what I'm going to walk over here in a sec, so I'm going to lose the mic in a sec. But it came back to us wanting to know what we wanted out of this business. When you're talking to people, the majority of people that start this business are in pain. There is some pain that they're trying to avoid or get away from in their life. It's the biggest motivator, I believe. There's two things that motivate us: to gain pleasure, buy a boat, a bigger house, whatever, or avoid pain. Put food on the table, pay rent, pay mortgage, put our children in after-school activities because there's pain there. So when we talk to a lot of mums, I kind of know the pain that they're in already, but I want to talk to them about the pain. I want them to own why they are going to do this business, why they're going to be successful. But it's all about talking about the pain. Right? Because I know if they're in pain and if they own it and they can verbalize it and they can talk to me about it, they're going to work to avoid it. And that means they're going to do some work in this business. So when when we met with Adam and he said, what are you hoping it could be? It was a dollar figure that he wanted us to come up with. And I want you to do the same thing right now. We're going to talk about money and we're going to talk about numbers for the next half an hour. Okay? So in 12 to 18 months, if Juice Plus was putting an amount of money in your bank account, what are you hoping it could be? Or what will it be? So if you can write that down, most people overestimate what's possible in the short term, but underestimate what's possible in the long term. Most people say, like when you're talking to people, they're like, oh, I want $1,000 a week within 2 weeks of Juice Plus. Well, it's not that possible, okay? It's not a lottery, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, but let's talk about 12 months, let's talk about 18 months. So that's what you need to write down. What amount of money do you want or need landing in your bank account in 12 or 18 months? Everybody needs to do it. Even if you've sat in the last 3 sessions that I've done, and you've had to do it every time. Once you've got the number, you then need to write down why you're doing this business. Why you're doing this business. I am a very big believer in that everyone that says yes to you, that they buy you, they do not buy Juice Plus, they do not buy the business, they're buying Bryan Marsh when they join me. What is it about me that they joined? They bought my vision, my why, where I was going. They didn't buy the product, they didn't buy the business. They bought my vision, my plans for them, my plans for myself. They said yes to me because of my certainty that I had a solution to their problem. When I talk about their pain, think about this for a second. When we talk about their pain, they then need to know that I'm 110% confident, certain that I've got a solution to their problem, a solution to get out of their pain. Everyone that has said no to you, one of 2 reasons why they've said no. One is it's wrong timing. It's just not the right time for them to get started. They're busy doing other things. The second thing is they don't believe that you have a solution to their problem. And that's why we're at conference. We're at conference to invest in ourselves, to invest in our certainty, because people will say yes to me because of my certainty, but that I have a solution to their pain, a solution to their problem. It's all about the solution to the problem. What's their why? This is my why. This is where I'm going. People that say yes to me bought me, all right, because I had a solution to their problem. So when you're clear on why you're doing this business, for my wife and I, it was for Fiona that didn't want to go back to work, right? We wanted to design something where she could, around what she wanted to do, which was like sleeping in the morning, spending time with the kids. Do you know what I mean? Like it's that simple, but it's what we wanted to build in this business. The thing is, when we knew our why, we knew who to talk to also. We had a story that we could share with other mums. That was our target audience. Mums. We were, or moms? Moms? Sorry. We say it differently in Australia, okay? But that's why we created, and it had been around, but we aggressively marketed a brand called Mummies on a Mission, okay, in Australia. And we did advertising, we built that brand, and we were focused on it because that's our story, that's who we could connect to. People buy from people they like, know, and trust. Who are those people in your life? They're your friends. It's your warm market because they like you, they trust you. And that's our goal, is to build relationships with people so they like us, know us, and trust us. And when they do that, they say yes when the timing is right. So you need to be clear on why you're doing this business, because then you can go and talk to the same people with the same why and share it. Okay? For us, it was mums. That's who we spoke to. I didn't go and start speaking to PTs. They started speaking to us, that's fine. I didn't say no, of course. But our focus, where we focused was, our target audience was the people that we could share a story with. And that helped us create that success quickly. We didn't try to be everyone to everything to everyone. We knew who we wanted. We knew who we were going to attract. We went after those people. So desire is one of the elements of success. The other two, which we're not going to talk about now, is consistency and being teachable. There's trainings. I learned that from Linda Everden. I believe there's trainings online about that. If not, I've done trainings. But it's important. We're going to talk about desire and money here. But the other two are consistency around your high-paying activities. And the third is being teachable around a system. And this is a part of the system which we're going to talk about. So we're going to talk about money, all right? Because when you talk about money, remember, people are in pain, and you need to be 100% rock solid that you can show them where the money is in this business. So when you wrote down that figure, okay, we get paid 3 ways in this business. The first is retail sales profit. When we have a customer that purchases a product off us, we get paid for that, okay? The second way is bonuses. When we hit different levels, when we have sales volume, we get paid bonuses. To me, those 2 ways that we get paid are not a sustainable part of this business because they require me to do a lot of work, to find new customers, to manage those customers. I don't know too many distributors that have more than 70 or 80 customers. All right? On average, it's 8 customers per distributor. Juice Plus has come out and said that. The third way that we get paid is performance bonus. And that, to me, is where the real treasure is in this business. It's the certainty that we're going to have an amount of money drop in our bank account every month. When you are talking to a mum, a stay-at-home mum, she needs certainty, especially when they've got kids. They need to know what's happening in their life. They need to know that if they build something, that it's going to be there for them. That there's an amount of money that they can plan the rest of their life around. For me, I'm in my 40s now and I'm planning for retirement. The cool thing about this Juice Plus business is I know it's going to be around in another 50 years because it's been here for 50 years. So I'm building a business with a company that's had longevity. I didn't think about that in the beginning, but man, it's important. Man, it's important to build something that you know, Okay, it's going to be there in 50 years. One single family that owns it, sure there are other shareholders, but that it's a debt-free company, like, you don't get that anywhere else. And that's the gift that we have to build the rest of our life around something, a business opportunity that's going to pay us for the rest of our life. So performance bonus, okay? When you hit the core, there's 3 steps in our business. One is hit VF. In North America it's called VF, right? Yeah. It is the core rank in this business.